just what we got. We were hoping to get Irsan on the baseline. Maybe he rushed his shot a little bit. You got a choice with Joel or Irsan. If they switch it, you got Joe. If they don't, you got Irsan. Two of our better scorers, and we missed the shot.
Before the game, you called DeMarcus the toughest cover in the league. Did you see that? Did he live up to that tonight?
He did. I mean, he's just such a bull, and he forces himself into so many, physical traffic situations that it exposes, fouls. He can walk through a lot of things. His three-point shot at the end obviously was one of the backbreakers along with Garrett Temple's three, but he really is hard to defend.
Brett, what happened on defense there with that DeMarcus three that TJ ended up on him?
We ended up with a late switch, and it was just probably a step too late. TJ reacted about a step too slow, and that's what a 7-foot center can do when he can just catch it and rise up, and he shot over TJ. But yeah, just that late switch.
That was a nice block he had on Joe too at the end.
It was. It was. Like initially you're looking at it, you're wondering if it's a foul. We've seen it. It didn't seem like it was a foul.
The competitiveness that Joel showed in that matchup, did you see anything new there?
No, we all talked before the game. I think, we've come into a game where they've won, I think, 5 out of 7. You got Rudy coming back. They're a good team. They're in the playoffs right now in the West for a reason. And I think that for the most part, you're happy with the competitiveness that we saw. I think that the turnovers in the fourth period are haunting. It's hard to recover on the road when you have multiple people turning it over. Some of it I give credit to Sacramento defense. Other bits, you wish you had back on some sort of unwarranted plays or passes. But the competitiveness overall, I thought was good. I thought it was good.
Specifically with Joel and kind of the back and forth there, they were patting each other on the back and so forth. Did you like to see that, or?
I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think it's part of the game. You got two highly competitive people that, respect one another. I think it's almost like a, fraternity when you got centers dealing with centers. They go on the road. I'm sure that DeMarcus would be looking at Joel as, just like he should, just an upcoming, potential star. And, the competitiveness that we saw on the floor, we sort of predicted before the game, and I don't think it disappointed on the floor.
Brett, why did you went away from the Twin Tower to start in the third?
Yeah.
Can you just talk about why you chose to do that?
I felt like we wanted to make sure that, we had our bigs available going down the stretch. I think that, the start of the game was a little bit worrying. Like we've tested some things that didn't feel as good as it did with Irsan. And I felt like Jaleel could, be featured a little bit more when we brought him off a bench and also paired him with a stretch 4. I'm not sure if that's going to last, but initially that was the reason for it.
But by doing that, you also kept them out of the paint too. That's why they scored 34 points in the paint in the first half, and they had 18 in the second half. That's a huge difference.
It is a big difference. It is a big difference, and it's that stuff we talked about when the game gets going faster. Mm-hmm. You just start feeling, and all games are different, but this game tonight felt that to your point, we would be sort of have more of a symmetry to what we were doing and spin those guys around. I was happy with the way that it played out. But disappointing. If we go back and, we're up 7 going into the fourth period, and they jump us. We have turnovers. Rudy hit some stuff. DeMarcus hit some stuff. But I feel like we're going to look back and really point at turnovers more than anything. I think we had 8 in the fourth period.
Coach, 8 minutes left to go. Were you trying to get Henderson back in the game? I saw you right halfway on the court.
He pulled himself out. He
pulled himself.
He did. He couldn't go in. He's had a problem that we will deal with his hip. He's been gutsing through a lot. If he is anything, he is a competitive pro, and he is a veteran leader. And, you know, you see when I take him out, he's so professional. He's on the sideline often, always, you know, stretching. And, you know, if he anticipates I'm going to put him back in, he'll do some stuff to get himself moving. Our medical staff, our strength and condition people are awesome in regards to me not surprising him and just throwing him back in when he sat for a long time. But he couldn't go. He asked to come out, which is extraordinarily rare for him. And fortunately, Dario came in, and I thought, you know, that group actually guarded well. It's a big team. I think it's a physical team when you go with Dario and Irsan and Robert and Joel. But yes, Gerald, for the first time all year, spoke to me on those terms.
And can you comment on Dave Yeager, what he's doing with this team? They're on a 4-game winning streak right now.
He's doing a great job. I've known Dave for a long time. And, you know, we come into this building, and this is my 16th year in the NBA. And so I'm used to going out to Arco, you know, all my days. And to come in here into this beautiful arena, you know, so close to the hotel in the city, it's not that long bus ride out. To see the program where it is, to see what Dave is doing, I mean, the city of Sacramento should feel very good about, to me, it's like the arena and the program. I think Dave's doing a great job.
Do you expect Gerald to miss any time?
I'm not sure. I'll learn more about it after I go back into the locker room.
Thank you, guys.